CPKC Stadium, built as the only women's soccer-specific stadium in the country, playing host tonight to the U.S. women's national team for the very first time. The Americans are looking to close out this October window with a win tonight against New Zealand.
It is the United States women's national team against Portugal. It's 1-0 after just 33 seconds. Second corner, headed in, driven in. Portugal taking the lead.
You guys haven't played together in 113 days.
We can use that as an excuse, but I think that that's a cop-out.
We didn't look like a team. The good thing is we do have a game in a few days' time.
Yeah.
And we have to rectify that.
Alex Morgan, 224 caps. This is a woman who ushered in a generation.
Alex took me shopping one time. I'm like, I want those. And like, check out, it's like 1,200. I'm like, I'm gonna put those back.
Hey, I'll take any excuse to celebrate tonight.
Okay.
Hard-hitting question. Why do you have the nickname Uncle?
We started joking that I was the reliable uncle of the family. She's a wonderful person and an incredible player.
She's one of my role models.
The US look to try and get back to winning ways.
It's in the back of the net. Incredible.
What a great start for this young group.
It's Olivia Moultrie with her second one.
Just trying to do the right thing and stay patient.
You were patient for all of 45 seconds before you come back in.
Sam Poppy with the impact as the substitute.
This woman comes by and is high-fiving us and says it's better tonight, and then we just didn't let her leave.
We got it right from the deepest spaces and we got it right from the highest spaces. That gave us a platform.
Well, that was a look at how we arrived here tonight. The two games that we have already seen in this October window, they're closing it out this evening. Welcome to the AT&T pregame show here at beautiful CPKC Stadium, home of the first place KC Current, and this is the U.S. team's first trip to this one-of-a-kind women's soccer-specific stadium. Sarah Walsh with you alongside Shannon Box, Julie Foudy, and Melissa Ortiz. Tonight closes out that three-game window. We have seen two different rosters. We have seen two different results. Foudy, kick this thing off. Assess what we have seen so far in this window.
Well, you heard them talking about it in the tease there. 113 days. They hadn't been together for a long time. They come out in that first game, and they're against a team that's playing a diamond in the midfield. So the United States, remarkably under Emma's era, has never played against a team playing the diamond. And the three in the middle really struggled against it in the first game. They made some adjustments in the second game. They pinched in those wingers. We'll show some really cool graphics that show all of this. But those adjustments helped them a lot. And honestly, the younger kids came in that second game and they balled out. And so they were able to build out, handle the press of Portugal much better, and put on a much, much better performance.
Yeah, and I think two things for me. I think when I think about when the right moment is to have a challenging game like that, it's right now. It's not next year. It's not during qualifiers. So I'm happy that they were able to have that now, get through it, figure out the grinding of it. But then also, too, to have those young players coming into that second game. I think they took the information very quickly. It was only 2 days later. Took that information and they applied it very well. So I think it just puts a stamp on, she said, Emma said, this is the standard, the second game, not the first.
Yeah, and the standard, when I interviewed Sam Coffey after that first game, after that loss, you could see the fury in her eyes. She said that doesn't live up to the standard of this program. And Emma Hayes told us that she was so excited for the second opportunity and for players like Lily Johannes and Claire Hutton in the midfield to see what they could bring in the second game. How could they control the game? And that's exactly what they did. And when Emma Hayes talks about control, she means the passing sequences, hitting the numbers that she wants to see, the possession, the compactness of the team. And that's exactly what they did. And so today is actually going to be a really exciting game because it's another opportunity for the midfield.
We've seen a lot of changes, and we'll get to this a little later on. There's obviously some very big names that are not here right now, especially when it comes to the line up front. Shannon, take us through this offense and the difference we saw from game one to game two.
Yeah, so the U.S. struggled in that first game, where they struggled with shifting Portugal. They were very compact and narrow, and so that was very difficult for the U.S. in this one. As the ball goes into Cooper, you can see how tight Portugal is defensively and where the space is on that opposite side with Avery raising her hands there. One of the issues was the gaps between the U.S. players. They were too big, and there wasn't a chance for them to really combine and play and draw Portugal out. And so here Sam Coffey does a great job here of handling the pressure. And as she gives that ball to Rose, this is the space, and this is the time where, hey, where's our opening? Where can we utilize the space? And that's on that opposite side. But instead, Rose goes indirect, and they get the ball lost and possessed. That saying, look, Rose and Sam do a very good job, though, of regaining that ball. And again, compact. You see that Portugal is very compact. They're condensed over to the far side. And Lindsay Heaps get this ball, another opportunity to switch the ball to Avery Patterson. But again, playing on that near side, that makes it very easy for the Portugal team to defend. In the second game, they did much better with shifting that Portugal team. Portugal, again, came in very compact, as you can see. But the U.S., they were much closer together. They had a lot more options to possess. And then Hutton did a great job of clearing that, getting it over to Lily Real, and then that opened up and exploited that space between the center back and the outside back for Jaden Shaw, who then was able to get a great opportunity and get a corner kick for USA.
Yeah, I think what you could see from those two highlights was the tempo, the aggressivity, and that's what shocked me in the first game. The tempo, both attacking-wise and defensively, was just off. They were out of sync. One would step to pressure, but the other one wouldn't. So when I was on the sideline hearing everything, what Emma was saying from the benches, it was just connectivity, compactness, but it just wasn't gelling in that first game. In the second game, just like you said, Shannon, you could really see it. You could see their rhythm, you could see the connectivity, you could see the tempo even so without the ball. And I think that's one of the main points that you see, the tempo without the ball. Who's making the runs? It's the communication when you don't even look at each other. It's just knowing where each other are, and that's going to come with time with these young players.
And they were better defensively as well in that second game. We really saw them struggle in the first game defensively against Portugal. And what happened again, the spacing. This is the diamond we talked about earlier. The 4 in midfield against the 3 for the United States in midfield became a real problem. And what they didn't do, they didn't drop that weak side winger. So Cooper on the right could have dropped in. Kat Macaro up top could have dropped in. Instead, Portugal was given the space to break lines, and they did just that, and they did it very well. This one, again, you're seeing you got the diamond in midfield against the 3 midfielders, and that weak side winger and Alyssa Thompson doesn't punch in, because if she punches in and pinches in, then Horan Heaps comes across, Coffey comes across, and instead Portugal with one pass beats that entire midfield. Didn't work out for Portugal because of that bad pass, but you can see the difference. Now, this is the second game, and look at the pressure and the numbers in which the United States comes. Alyssa Thompson, right? You see the numbers, and on the weak side, Olivia Moultrie pinching in. So really the only option for Portugal now in this second game is everything's going back, and this is where the United States was so much better. Thompson pinching in on that left side. You still see Moultrie on the right. Again, you see those pinched in wingers. And now they're working together as a team. This is the one thing Emma Hayes was so frustrated about. She said, we didn't defend as a unit. You've got 9 players and 20, 30 yards? There's no space for Portugal to break out. They try and lift one over the top. They get it dispossessed. And the really good thing about this as well is now you're in a position to possess because you have the numbers and the gaps are shorter. And so you can actually build out when Portugal is trying to press. And so we just saw all around in that second game, better shape defensively, better shape offensively as well.
One thing that has been constant in this program is change lately, especially since the Olympics. Emma Hayes made 8 changes to that lineup from game 1 to game 2. What is it going to look like tonight? Foudy, give us the AT&T starting 11 for the United States.
Yeah, and you're going to see 6 changes again tonight from that Sunday starting 11. This is, by the way, the least capped starting 11 in 25 years, people. Dickey getting her 4th cap in Golden Knights. She started now in 4 of the last 6 games. Kennedy Wesley at center back becomes the 25th player in Emma Hayes' tenure to debut for the U.S. Women's National Team. Claire Hutton KC fans will be thrilled getting a start again alongside Lily Johannes in midfield, and the first start together for that front three of Sears, Macario, and Cooper. And Cooper, also of the Kansas City Current, hasn't scored in the last 7 caps for the United States, but has 3 goals here at CPKC Stadium. So fans here are hoping she's going to knock one in tonight as well.
Well, Foudy mentioned Hutton is here at home in that starting lineup again tonight. Melissa Ortiz caught up with her just a little while ago when she got off the bus.
Claire, welcome home. Yesterday, you told me how electrifying the stadium is when you play with KC Current. What is going to make tonight so special, you playing and with this U.S. Women's National Team jersey on?
I think, just like I said yesterday, the fans, the crowd, the atmosphere that Kansas City brings, and just for them to support the national team and America is going to be so cool.
Emma has really emphasized the word control for your team. You and Lily both anchored that midfield in the last game. What do you two need to do tonight in order to control the game against New Zealand?
I think the biggest thing is just taking what we had last game and what we were doing and bringing it onto this game. It's a new opponent, so during the run of play we might have to adjust, but control just starts with the tempo that we have on the ball, the ideas that we have, choosing when to go forward, when to hold it, and then the communication that we bring out in ourselves and in our teammates.
Thank you, Claire. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
Look, I don't think it's any secret if you spend any time talking to Emma Hayes how highly she thinks of this player. She has described her as understanding the game beyond her years. I mean, this is someone, Foudy, that you get the sense that's going to be a big player in this United States team for a very long time.
And I do think it says a lot, too, that Emma Hayes decided to go with Lily Johannes at 18 years old and Claire Hutton at 19 years old, holding down that midfield tonight with Rose Lavelle in front of those two. And how cool that Claire Hutton in front of her home crowd, right, gets to show her stuff. And she's going to have the confidence in a game like today to really dictate it.
And it's a short plane ride home because there is no plane ride home for her after a
great plane ride home.
After a 3-game. That's a short drive home. When we return, we're going to take a deeper dive into that U.S. starting 11. Plus, we've got former New Zealand captain and beloved Angel City defender Allie Riley going to join us here on set. You know, 3 days ago, the U.S. women's national team knocked off Portugal in East Hartford. That game was part of a doubleheader with the U.S. men's deaf national team, who beat Germany 3-1 earlier in the day. The match was a send-off game ahead of this year's Deaf Olympics in November. Both teams had a chance to spend time together before rallying for victories. Good to see them together. We're back from KC after this.